evening, everyone. Pardon me, I'd like to welcome you to the regular board meeting of the Richmond Township Board of Trustees. It's Wednesday, February 12th, 2020 at 7 p.m. Would everyone please stand and join in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we roll call, please?
Sure. Kristen Oaks.
Here.
Kathy Levin. Here. Cindy Green.
Here.
Bob Salka.
Here.
Vern Coleman.
Here.
Next item on the agenda is the presentation of agenda. Does anyone have any additions or changes they would like to see made? Hearing none, the agenda will stand as presented. Next item is under public comment. The first item under here will be the CDBG public hearing. The second item will be an opportunity for everybody in here that has any comments on any agenda items to get up and speak. Okay? So at this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask the Township Board if they have any changes they'd like to make on the Lockhart public hearing money. Okay. As we did go over this once before, and we do have, is it $2,852? $2,652, I'm sorry. It's escaping me right this moment. I have it in the other.
I did not bring that up with me, but I believe it's
2652. And at this time, I'm going to ask that the board formally open the public hearing. Can I get a motion to do that?
I'll make that motion.
Is there support?
Support.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
At this time, the public hearing is open. Anyone that would like to make any comments on the allotment of the CDBG block grant funding for Richmond Township, please come to the podium.
Hi, my name is Amanda Dodd. I am the operations coordinator for Care House. Back again. Would you like more information? I can just out that sure.
If you want, you can just start it with Chris.
Okay.
And then it would be up to our
Okay, thank you. Care House is the Macomb County Child Advocacy Center with our main office located in Mount Clemens and the satellite office located in Warren. Our services are focused on child victims of sexual abuse, physical abuse, or children who have witnessed a violent act as well as their non-offending family members. Our goal is to minimize trauma to child victims of abuse and to help the child victim and non-offending family members through the investigation and prosecution phases and provide support to begin the healing process. Care House is one of the 34 accredited child advocacy centers, or CACs, in Michigan, serving over 53 counties and one of over 800 in the United States. Who we collaborate with are all law enforcement jurisdictions in Macomb County, as well as the FBI, Homeland Security, and Immigrations and Customs Enforcement Authorities. Children's Protective Services, the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office, medical and mental health professionals, other child welfare agencies as determined by the case. I know how difficult it can be to talk about child sexual abuse. Unfortunately, that is a big part of the problem. We cannot wish away child sexual abuse or pretend that it doesn't exist. The truth is that at least 1 in 10 children will become a victim of sexual abuse before they turn 18. More kids suffer from sexual abuse than from asthma and autism combined. That means that almost 3 kids in every classroom in Michigan, or over 20,000 of all children in Macomb County today, are living with the trauma of sexual abuse. These numbers are surely much higher than our best estimate because most children never tell. Sadly, living with sexual abuse is a reality for children for every race, gender, and economic status. These children could be your kids, your neighbor's kids, or your kids' friends. One can even be you or me. Over 90% of child victims know their abuser. Those who molest children look and act just like everyone else. Abusers can be neighbors, friends, coaches, teachers, clergy, parents, or family members. They can be adults or children. They can be men or women. Kids likely, like Abby, come to Care House for every community in Macomb County, and we're spared the trauma of multiple interviews. After the forensics interview, Care House also offers follow-up support service for child victims and their parents interviewing to promote healing and helping families to cope with the emotional stress and trauma caused by not only acts of abuse, but also the investigative process. These services include crisis counseling, child safety assessment, access to forensic medical examinations, parent and child support groups, trauma-focused therapy sessions, family advocacies, referrals to other needed community services. As a designated counsel in Macomb County for Michigan Children's Trust Fund, Care House also offers child abuse prevention information, education, and training for professionals and to the community at large. Families are never charged for the services they receive at Care House, and we provide services to all referred children and their non-offending family members. I am also proud to report that according to our most recent independent financial audit, 86 cents of every dollar that comes into Care House is specifically devoted to serving children and families in our community. Since our opening in 1996, we have conducted over 7,900 child forensic interviews, with 21 of those children residing in Richmond Township. In 2018, we provided 753 forensic interviews. 4 of these children reside in Richmond Township. In 2019, we provided 757 forensic interviews. 2 of those children reside in Richmond Township. We received $1,200 in CDBG funding from Richmond Township for 2019-2020, which helps support services to 2 families. We depend on support from the community to provide a voice for child victims and a safe place for them to be heard. We are very grateful to have Richmond Township as its invested partner. We respectfully request your consideration for funding this year in the amount of $600, which will support services for 1 Richmond Township child victim and their family. For more information about Care House, you can visit our website at www.mccarehouse.org or follow us on Facebook. Thank you for taking your time and consideration. Is there any questions for me today?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is anyone here, anyone else here that would like to say?
I'm from Interfaith Volunteer Caregivers. Good evening. Hi. My name is Beth Becker, and I'm from Interfaith Volunteer Caregivers. And we've been around 27 years, and our mission is to help seniors and disabled adults stay in their homes as independent for as long as possible. And our CDBG funding helps us to care for them in their homes, and with the guidelines that we have, it helps them to, okay, my board out here. It helps them to do our minor repairs in their home. It helps us to do grab bars in their bathrooms. It helps to repair leaky plumbing for them. They have a leaky faucet, toilet that's running. It helps do housekeeping for them, because a lot of them, if they have canes and walkers anymore, they can't pick up a broom or run vacuum anymore. Sometimes some of them can't even get their dishes or their laundry done, and we take care of that for them also. We do decluttering for them so that there doesn't become a hoarding situation, which is, a very difficult situation to get them out of. We do take care of their smoke detector alarms, and we take care of their, so, you know which one I'm talking about. Yes, there it is. I just flew right out of my head, carbon monoxide. We actually had a client a couple weeks ago, hers kept beeping and beeping, and I was like, oh my gosh, we got to get her out of the house. So it took us a few days to get someone over there, and it just needed a battery replaced, but her hands couldn't get in there and get down there with her walker or anything to get it taken care of. And We got a nice man over there to get it taken care of, but she was so thankful. She called back to the office, she sent a nice note and everything because she was so worried. It was something that she just wasn't able to take care of herself. But it beeped for days, 24/7, you know, and there wasn't anything that she could do about it. These are things that we take care of for them. In our all broad spectrum of what we do is we do a large amount of transportation for these people because they're homebound. They can't get to their doctor's appointments. They can't get their prescriptions. They can't get their haircuts. They can't get to the bank. No, these are things that we have done for years. In the 27 years that we've been around, we have serviced around 4,000 clients, and we've had over 5,000 volunteers. And it cost us about $500 to take care of one client for a year. And that's just across the board in services that we do, coordination and things like that. It costs them nothing for us to do that for them. And we're asking for about $168 for you in grant funding this year for Richmond Township because we're trying to get farther and farther back. We serve it in Macomb County. We service all of Macomb County, parts of Oakland County, and parts of St. Clair County. So that's a broad reach for us. And we really appreciate everything you do for us, and I appreciate your time. Do you have any questions?
Anyone have any questions at all? I just have a question. Did you say, and I just didn't hear you, how many residents in Richmond Township do you service?
I think we had, I want to say 3 last year.
Okay.
So we're moving farther and farther north with our services. And as we get more volunteers farther north, we reach more and more clients. But we have to wait till the clients contact us so that we can get them. That's why when we come here to hearings and we get the word out and more people hear about us and we get our flyers out, that's when we can get the clients will start contacting us. And when we get the information out into churches, because we don't like advertise, anywhere. We advertise mainly in churches and congregations and in senior centers because we want to make sure that our clients and our volunteers are safe.
Do you bring your information to our senior center?
I don't know for sure, but I can make sure that we get some out here.
Okay.
I have a few more here that I can leave.
That would be great.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak regarding the blocker?
Public comment on that one.
Okay, we're going to close this up in just a minute, and then we will have public comment on the agenda items.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, here, nothing else, the motion will be in order to close public hearing.
I'll make a motion.
Is there support? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's just carried. Does the board have any further discussion on the CDBG funds? No? Okay. Hearing none, motion to adjourn the, well, we already adjourned the public hearing, so we will adjourn it as it is. Okay, next then, we will take public comment on items that are on the agenda. If you'd like to speak, please come up to the podium and state your name and address.
My name is Steve Murphy, I live on Personal. I was looking at the checks that were written. I saw one check for $500 for some kind of construction, and another $900 for the attorney fees. I'd like to find out what that's all about. And I see you have a closed session here. This really disturbs me that you're going to talk about buying land, where it is, how much we're going to pay for it, no one's going to know about it. We should, as a Richmond Township stakeholder, I think we should all be part of that. So I pay taxes here as well as you and everybody else. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Greg Jones, 32 Mile. I'm here tonight to see, or curious if the board is considering 33 Mile Road for the limestone project. And if not, what I have to do to have the board look at that.
And we don't discuss here. This is
Okay,
just, you
this is
make a
just-
comment, and we hear your comments, and we take those into consideration.
Okay, well, that's it.
Yep, okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Is there any other public comment on agenda items?
I'd like to speak to the limestone, but I don't know what you're gonna talk about yet, so.
The limestone is on the agenda, and now would be the appropriate time to speak on it.
Well, I don't know what you're gonna say about it, so I can't respond to it until I hear it.
We are discussing tonight where we are going to choose to place our 3 miles of limestone for the program that we are in with the county.
Okay, we'll be on the road.
You may come up here and address the board and state your name and address, please.
My name is William Calvin, I live at 804 Lenomo, I'm sure you're well known for all of you by now. The limestone is just a bad choice, it's a waste of money. You can come look at my frontage, it's 15 feet up off the road, all over my frontage. The dust in the summer is horrendous, it's not sealed down properly. So if it's a consideration for Omo Road, I'd like you to bypass our house if possible. We can sit in that dust. And we were on the road with Mr. Voss. But it just doesn't work. I can't get anybody up there to look at it, and I can show them what I need on video, I've already got some pictures, but I don't seem interested. So, if almost consideration, I'd just like to be discontinued around our house, because it's making us sick. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Any other public comment at all? Okay, hearing none, we are going to move on to approval of the board minutes. You've all been given a copy of the January 8th, 2020 regular board meeting minutes. Can I get a motion to approve those?
So moved.
Or is there any discussion on these? No? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. In the consent agenda, we have the building department report, the EMS report, office manager report, planning commission report, and the NEMC minutes are on the board table tonight. Pardon me. A motion would be in order to approve the consent agenda either as presented, or if you'd like to move something, please state so.
Move to present or to approve the consent agenda with the removal of the office manager report for discussion under new business.
13C. Would anyone else like to move something else down, or is there support for that motion?
I'll support his motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Next item on the agenda is the financial reports. Kathy's given us the schedule of bills. Does anyone have any questions at all for Kathy?
You know, can I address you guys?
Sure.
I can't write out the whole name of the month, so they are all abbreviated, and I just realized tonight that Jan's name in January, they're 2 different things. The Jan on the bills is January, not for Jan.
Okay. Okay, if there's no questions, the motion will be in order to approve the bills as presented.
I'll make the motion.
Is there support?
Or,
Any further discussion at all? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Next item on the agenda is the treasurer's report. Bob?
Okay, in the general fund, fire fund, we have February 5th, 2020, $862,584.23. In the tax account, it was $608,782.37. In the other PNC accounts, the recreational fund, EMS, senior and payroll, had $34,858.37. The investment accounts, $383,613.03. And the PDR, purchase of development rights account, at $14,788.35, for a grand total of $904,626.35. Should indicate that over the course of the last month, since we had our last meeting, one of the CDs matured over at the North Star, and that was changed to a 9-month CD that matures, I believe, in October of this year. And with the market rates going down, the rate you'll see on the attached sheet is only 1.50 as opposed to what it used to be over 2%. We still have CDs at North Star, that mature in July, and also in June, we have a CD over at Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union that matures in July. Finally, you have in your package the report for the income for the month. And although it doesn't show up in this report, I think it came in after the 1st of February. There is a second thing we got the Comcast for the year, which includes the pay fees that we need to put forward to NEMC. Outside of that, I just want to indicate tax collection ends on the 14th, which is Friday. So the tax bills are due. As of right now, we have a delinquent for the summer 72 and outstanding from the winter 246, which is about where we're normally at this time of year. So, collecting taxes on Valentine's Day. Outside of that, there's nothing else I can think of to report to you.
Does anyone have any questions? I just have a quick one. You said we got that check. It shows how they're divided, the pensions.
It does.
Okay, I thought, okay, thank you. Okay, hearing no questions, the treasurer's report, then we'll stand as presented. Next, we have farmland preservation.
Yes, we had our first meeting of the year on January 30th. That's the meeting where we elect our officers for the year. We had a slight change. Kenny Cook is still the chairman. Joe Jacena is now the vice chair, and I'm now the recording secretary of the PDI committee. And Jonathan is still the treasurer. And the state meeting is tomorrow, in February 13th. I will be attending with Kenny Cook and Jeff Schroeder from the Planning and Economic Development. We're all going down there. If you guys see the sheets before you here with the, I think I don't know if you all read it. It doesn't look like we're going to get any money out of this cycle. So we'll see. Some of this could change, but there was 14 applications, and the 2 from Macomb come in 8th and 9th, and they feel that they're only going to have enough money to buy the top 5. Is what it looks right now. But that could all change because there's other scoring things that could be moved around. But as of this time, I don't think doesn't look like that's going to change at all. And also, the annual report, did you each get a copy of this?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Yep.
That's the annual report from Ken. Basically, we have to submit that every year to the township. That's for your information. I'll be leaving a copy here with the township. And also, here's the application that we sent out to the state. I'm going to be leaving this application in the office here if you want to take time to look at it. It's free to look at it at that time. And at your own leisure. Other than that, I think that's all I have right now. I'll let you know tomorrow when we find out. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they will change some things.
Mhm.
We'll get some good news.
Yeah.
You know?
And I've been getting quite a bit of inquiry from other people in the township about the program.
Good.
I think there's going to be money there annually, so,
That's a good
you
thing.
know. And that's another thing the state might do. They may simply just put these farms in line for next year right away without even, I'm not sure, but there's talk of doing that. So So,
Does anyone have any questions for Ruth? All right, Ruth, thank you. And wish for good luck. Next item is the assessor's report. Chris has given us a report. I know she's starting to get ready for board review. Does anyone have any questions, anything they'd like me to speak with Chris about?
Did everybody go to the board review training? No?
since they're all,
It's a good thing.
pretty good.
Okay. Next item is unfinished business. And the first item under unfinished business is to decide the where we're going to put our CDBG monies. I know originally we had discussed doing something with it. Tonight we have two people requesting money here. My feeling personally is to leave the recommendation as it was at the last meeting. That is just how I feel. I am going to ask for a motion as in order to award the $2,600 or $562 to Care House for the 2020 CDBG monies. If I could get that motion and support, we can discuss it.
Make a motion.
Is there support?
I'll support.
Chris, I'll start with you.
I'm okay keeping it the way we recommended at the last meeting.
Kathy?
I recommend that we keep it. Also, the ratio of kids that it helps here versus the other is huge. Plus, we have the Smart Bus also for transportation, along with the interfaith.
Yeah, the same opinion as the other board members so far, so let's support the full amount in here.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Does it still, you still have to give that $1,500 increase?
We can do the whole $2,600 or $562 to Care House.
Yeah, you could do that, and then it's up to them to find a match.
Right. So as long as they're over $1,500 for their total application to the county, which this would certainly put them over that, then they're fine. It's when some of these organizations are getting a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there, their total application when it went to Macomb County, Community Action had to exceed $1,500. So that was more on the part, on the nonprofit to accomplish, not the board.
Oh, fine.
Okay, then we have a motion on the floor to delegate the $2,562 to Care House. And we discussed it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Thank you. Thank you. Next item is we have the update of the goals and objectives. There have been a couple of changes. I did mention in my supervisor's report, I did mention the hire that Vern and I had talked about and Chris brought up. And I did talk to that person just yesterday, and she's certainly interested, and told me she'd get back with me a week or two about it. So I think that would be a great thing. Yep. Yes, it was. Chris, the memorial. I know that you had done some work on it because I talked to you about that yesterday, and you brought some neat ideas with you. So
I did, and you guys should all have that in front of you. Lori's got to make everybody happy. Flip through it, we've got the first option is actually an acrylic board, but it looks like wood. Taking some Richmond Township, and the memorial tags are actually little pieces of wheat. Now, Bob
that's really cool.
mentioned that when asking about the farming thing, you gotta find like a tractor or anything else without it. I don't know, I couldn't find anything that I thought would look good, but I kind of left it in the hands of the graphic designer at Laser Market, this is what he came back. Kind of told me what we're looking for, and it's 73 options. So to do this option, look at about 405 initially for the board, and $10 each for the tag, which would include the grading. For the second option, it's second on the packet here, is basically it's a photo, which I think you got from our website. It would be on a wall board, 17 by 36 size. And to put that board together, again, about $400, but each tag, he puts some.
I'm not going to be a pig or a dog.
Well,
You won't have to say. We're gonna get what we
The
get.
ultimate revenge.
When he recommended farm animals for tags, that's the first thing I thought of. I don't know how many people. What?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I said, I'll throw it in there. Let the board look at it. But something like that tag would be about $3.50.
$3.50.
And of course, that would include the engraving for the tag.
Okay.
The final idea, this is just in black and white, we can do whatever color we want, because we can pretty much do anything, but using our township logo there, and the little statement, we put up to 150 tags on this. It's a 48-inch by 36-inch plaque. It's a large round wall tribute. It'd be about $650 per tag as well, which would be great. And it's this one bumps up to $720 for the initial cost for the wall tribute.
Okay, Roxanne, I'm gonna start with you on it, and I think there's some cool things.
Really, any of them, I guess, I don't know. I would either go with the number 1 or the number 3.
Yep. No chance of you not working that.
Right.
Thank you.
And the number 1, I don't think I said, but it is 48 inch by 36. It's the size.
So you know, if you figure out the math and the years of the 150, it'll fit.
It's
It'll
a
be-
lot.
Yes, it'll be empty longer than it will be even a line and so like number 1.
Bob, what do you got?
I like one.
If we were gonna do the other one. You know, but the next one, what, involved.
You like number 1? And you like number 1, Bob?
Yes, number 1 or the.
Yeah. And I like number 1 the best.
That's my favorite.
I like number 1 as well. So I did have a thought when I talked to Chris. I know that there's pretty stringent, audit requirements about what we can spend township money on, and it's my feeling that probably we are going to have to take this out of our own pocket, which, I don't mind doing if it's $405. It's going to be, we can do it like the flower fund, but that's only going to get us to $400, so I can kick in the extra $5. I don't mind. I don't know what and I can certainly ask John for his opinion on that, which I'm going to do either way, I think, before we purchase it. But if I find out the opinion and then I'll get a hold of you folks and see how you're feeling about that, then maybe you can order it. We can kind of think of some place to put it and then order some things for it, if we're all in agreement with that. Thank you so much, Chris.
Chris, let me just ask a question, Chris. He's given us a blow up of the weight and how big are those? Do you know?
I do not know that. I don't know the exact size of that. You kind of see what it would look like in the picture.
Yeah, I see the picture. The question would always be, you want to have it big enough that you could read the name.
Right. But actually, what I could ask too, maybe, is if you could provide us with a sample
So that'd
size.
be great.
If we could decide if we want smaller ones, bigger ones, or have them very small. I think you'd be willing to do that.
Okay, all right, Chris, if you would then check with that, and move forward, and I'll check with John and see what he says about the money and let everybody know.
Okay.
Good job, Chris.
Great.
We'll get some sample sizes.
Okay. Looking at the other things I put in there. I put something in there about changing the date of the budget meeting. I guess for some reason I thought every election is always the first Tuesday after the first Monday, but not this one. So if we could do it on March 21st, if everyone's available, then I would like to move it till then, on the 21st of March. We did submit Parks and Recreation plan to the state of Michigan, and Lori did say that Steve has started working on the recodification already. And I finally did talk to the Department of Roads, and then I talked to, I think his name is Mr. Dro at Hidden Meadows. He's going to talk to some of his neighbors, and we're going to try to meet here on February 24th to discuss the cost of what that would be. I've invited the Department of Roads to come. I just did that today, so we don't know, but there's some movement.
There hasn't been any proposals to how much the match would be.
I think it's a 50% match. And when I told Mr. Dro that, he said, is that for the Pound Road to Weeks Road to Hidden Meadows? And I said, it was my understanding it was not. But I have asked also Mr. Crum and Mr. Dimoff about that. I'm hoping to hear back tomorrow or the next day to see what they said. They want to see what both are going to cost. I think even if they can get, the 50% match even on the Pound Road, Weeks Road, Hidden Meadows, it's going to cost those people probably $50,000 or $60,000 a piece, which is a fair amount of money. But that will have to be their decision. I don't know if it's something, I know Mr. Crum said he wanted to try to do it this year. But if we have to do a special assessment district, there's a lot of public hearings and notifications, and I don't know that we're going to get that all in. So either way, at least I did finally get some response from them, so that was good. Okay, next, again, just a couple articles I always look at, medical marijuana. There was someone that was called out on it still being illegal in the federal courts, and they were thrown in jail. I think we had 4 or 5 operations in the state of Michigan. And I think that's it. Then under unfinished business, next we will go to discussion of the limestone application. So a motion would be in order to discuss the placement of limestone application for the 2020 program.
I'll make that motion.
Is there support?
Support.
Okay, I did know Lori is always good and Chris is good to keep track of the complaints that we get during the year. I do know that the log road issue, and Chris was going to go out and do some measuring for us, but we did have some complaints at Log Road that they're washed out and it's causing them to flood their front yard, so I did want to at least look at that. And then the last 2 most recent complaints we got were when Mr. and Mrs. Job live out on 33 Mile Road. I think that area of 33 Mile Road just gets hit with a bunch of traffic. And I know that we have placed some limestone there before. I just think it gets pretty hard. They did provide us with some pictures. So I guess I'm gonna go to Chris now and see what information you found out for us.
Well, first of all, that log, I know we were talking about the length of it, and I went out there, used the trickle down, we came up with about 1.3, 1.4 miles from M19 out to Stoddard's there. So if we decided to do that, I could ask them if they could build up the intersection at Andrews, because I know that can get pretty sketchy. If they got a little bit of time or 2 to work with, they can build that up and that Andrews really nice. As far as 33 Mile, I know we had put some on before, but that was from Omo east to Welding over the years. We haven't really done anything from Welding to Little Plain. So if we decided to move forward with it, we could put 1.5 miles on 33 from Little Plain headed west, which would get us past Welding Road, but I'm sure it wouldn't hurt over there either.
So,
People use it as a cut through.
oh, I do. When I go home off of Armada Ridge, I go down there. 33 Mile from Welding to Little Plain, right in. Yeah, those 2. Okay, so Kathy, do you have any questions? Any thoughts?
This one that you just pointed out to me, that's where Mr. Joel lives?
You live between Welding and Little Plain?
Yes.
Okay. No, that's on here.
Okay. Bob?
The measurement you gave us for Log Road was from Memphis Ridge all the way to Stoddard?
Yes.
how many homes do we have between Andrews and Stock? And how often is that used?
I didn't count the homes, I was just.
There's not that many, that's where Norbert lives, isn't it?
2, 3,
Well, he lives
4.
on Andrews.
I think there's 5 homes
Between,
Andrews and
Anderson.
Stock.
there.
I know that is awful there. It is washed out, it is terrible.
Well, I understand that, but I guess my point is, if we're given the benefit of people that are using the road, is that really the road, that section where we want to put the limestone?
Is there where the bridge is?
I know what you're saying.
I mean, we've never put it on sections before that aren't used too highly. And I just want to make sure that the whole board is
Understand.
understanding. If
Yep.
that's the case, then we will do it.
And it absolutely would, I get where you're coming
I
from,
think it needs to be.
but it is awful out there,
It's pretty bad.
you
The
know?
ones that most likely not really need to be done, and then wouldn't get the traffic, but as you drove down the long road, it does one of these, and it gets progressive. I'd be in favor of going all the way to the side.
Thoughts on 33 mile route?
No, we haven't done that section of 33, and it seems like it's used a lot, and there was a lesson here that's brought it to our attention, so I would certainly be in support of that.
What is that, a mile?
About a mile and a half, you said?
It's from Low Plains to Rawlins.
1.3.
Yeah, it's a little over a mile. So we do a mile and a half, they'll carry it past Walden, kind of fix that up a little bit.
Oh, that would be our 3
3 miles.
miles. I will say, at our last PDR meeting, Don Brown had mentioned he wanted to know if we were like this program. We said yes,
Oh,
he
yeah.
said he might try to get us more.
Oh, that'd be great.
He said he couldn't guarantee anything, but he said he might be able to get us 4 miles this year.
Oh, that'd be great.
But, like I say, that's nothing. Chris, do they use, I know they do put gravel out here and there, do they use gravel much in,
What do you mean gravel?
for, on the roads anywhere?
Besides the standard maintenance?
Yeah.
It's like a maintenance road gravel,
Yeah.
it's called. It's not really a surface
not-
bed or anything.
It's not that good as gravel, right?
Not really. The limestone's actually,
Yeah.
21 AA and then the standard spec.
Yeah.
But not with the road maintenance gravel, is really nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what's in it, if you're gonna wash it out and all that and see what it,
Yeah. It seems to turn the bottom.
right?
Okay. Any other comments on that? No, hearing none, then this vote will be just on motion to discuss. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Now I'm looking for a motion to delegate the roads that we will be placing the limestone on.
I'll make the motion to apply limestone to Log Road starting at M19, head east 1.5 miles. And then for the next 1.5 miles, from Low Plain west 1.5.
33 miles?
Yes, 33 mile road from Low Plain west 1.5 miles.
Is there support?
I'll support that.
Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, I will take a roll call vote, please, Kathy.
Sure. Chris DeVos.
Aye.
Kathy Fontaine. Aye. Cindy Green.
Aye.
Bob Selka.
Aye.
Vern Coleman.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Okay. Next, we have an appointment of alternate ZBA member. A motion is in order to appoint Chris Nolan as an alternate member of the Richmond Township Zoning Board of Appeals with the term ending February 12, 2023. Can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there support?
I'll
Support.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Next, we have the discussion of the office manager report, right?
Great.
A motion is in order to open discussion on the office manager report.
I'll make that motion.
Is there support?
Support.
All right, I'm going to lend this to you, Bob.
Okay, when I was looking at the office manager report, I was certainly interested in Comcast survey. It would be good to see how many people we have. But I'm more interested in this, we're going to follow up on this, because it looks like, according to the survey, there was 92, I guess, that were, or 90 surveys that were submitted. Over half of them, 48, were interested in seeing Comcast in their area. So what efforts have we done? Have we explored with Comcast to see if we can do something to get in the area?
They have pretty strict guidelines about how many houses you have to have.
Well, my question is this, we may have strict guidelines, but I think they're also hurting too in terms of getting customers with the streaming services. Maybe we'll be willing to review those guidelines in a rural area such as ours, if there's listening customers, people that may be interested. I think it's worth, my thought was that it's maybe worth talking to them to see if they would revise the guidelines.
I do know that when we had the gentleman that was here last month, and I got his, talked to him after the meeting, and I did call and talk to Shannon regarding that. They were going to send like a site observer out to see where his house was and to see if it was feasible. I can certainly call her and ask her how we do it. I have no problem doing that.
I mean, if we're gonna, that was one aspect of the search, but we might as well follow up on it.
Okay.
My only question is that, when I see that, where are the 48 people at? Do we have one over here, one way over there, one way over here?
Well, I think the thing to do was Lori just did our census map. And what we could probably do is show the more populated areas and then ask them to go out and review those. I mean, they're never going to bring cable out to someone that has one house in mind. They won't do that.
Yeah.
So we could, maybe do that, look at our map, and I can send that to her and see if she'd be willing to get some people out, and then, they could always offer it. We could put that on our website, they're all looking, and so.
To kind of expand on that a little bit too, I talked to Jeff Yard, our state rep, about this, because early last year, there was some broadband grants out there that they were starting off, and I know they expired in August, so I asked them just to keep an eye on when something like that comes back up, because if not Comcast, I think Xfinity is owned by Comcast for internet services, but maybe exploring that AT&T, if there's grant money available to help entice them to come out to our area. Then our area's got a big thing going on with trying to get broadband service or high speed out, because they're going to the park. We're trying to keep an eye on what they're doing and kind of see that, I don't want to say piggyback, but if we could see between our two townships, maybe we can get services out of that one thing.
Sure.
I don't know where I'm at, I don't have options.
No.
And it would be nice to get something.
You have it.
Yes.
You know.
No.
Do you? All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can call her, sure, and find out, and come back next month and let everybody know. Okay? Anything else in there, Bob?
No, I just thought, I guess, the report looks like postage is going up, it's something that we consider in our budget.
Yeah.
In our budget meeting. Other than that, no.
Anyone else have anything that they want to discuss on the office manager report? No? Okay, they're looking at items for next agenda. Look at us, we're all pretty quiet here. Items for next
Goals and
agenda.
objectives.
What?
We'll have an update with the goals and objectives.
Right. And I'll have an update on Comcast numbers. And I cannot think of anything at this point that comes to mind. So that usually means we're going to have a crazy agenda. Okay, does the board have anything that they would like to discuss at this time? This is the time when we share any thoughts we might have to call to the board.
Just a, for your information, I will be taking the citizen planner course this year.
Yay.
Great
Start
job.
Next Thursday.
Good.
from 7 to 7.
Should I say good for us?
Right?
I've taken it before, but it's a long time ago. They claim their program's a lot different than
Good job. Okay.
Is this a trash meter?
Next year's.
We already done it?
You're not talking about the trash.
I know, I did.
Oh, you're talking about the cleanup.
Cleanup.
Yep, no,
Sorry, cleanup. Yeah.
this is cleanup.
I should have been more specific.
Yep,
Would that be
cleanup
okay?
figure. Okay, we can put that on there.
Yeah,
Good idea.
Yeah.
I didn't even start thinking about it.
Hey, if we have to do some stuff for that this month.
Did we ever get anything on that? Are we going to get something here to go towards the table when you're collecting something? Are we going to get a square box?
We were thinking about recycling, it's going to change or something.
It is, and I actually contacted Mary Jo and asked her if she could come out, so I'm actually gonna talk to her and see if it might be a good idea to have her come out like right before cleanup day. If it would get people thinking about it, or if it would just be better to have her come out, you know, at a regular meeting.
That's for recycling, right?
Yeah.
Or I thought we were, I was talking about where we were getting a table,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was a program where we
Oh,
could
plastic
benefit.
bag program.
Yeah. I called them, they never sent anything, and I had forgotten all about it, I'll be honest with you. But I know what you're talking about, a bench.
Right,
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
Yeah. I'd actually talked to a lady there and emailed her, and she was gonna send me information, and I didn't stay on it.
I do have contact on that, if you let me explore it.
Great.
Stephanie Nick. There's one more, I can't remember her name, but we got 6 benches currently right now.
Awesome.
There's not this organization that earned them.
I do know that someone has to take them down to a site and drop them off.
Yeah, which varies. Some used to be Richmond Kroger.
Kohl's does it, I know, I did talk to them.
You got to contact the Meyer, Lincoln, Chesterfield, will take it. And it's a matter of just dropping it off. We have
They
to
gotta
wait.
weigh it.
We have to wait.
Oh, and they don't have to confirm it?
Nope, we weigh it, we drop it off, and then we send an email saying we drop it off.
Where do you weigh it at?
Well,
Question.
that got kind of interesting.
Big
We don't have to- Yeah, big scale. No, Memphis Lions Club, they got like this scale in there, and we would just set the bag on the scale, write down the amount of the bag, throw it in the pile, just keep weighing the bags and add it up when we're all done.
Yeah, really good. You bring it down, right?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, some people are doing that too.
Randy would let you.
Randy will tell you, go ahead and walk on that scale, and then get off it, and then hold it, and get on the scale.
Yeah, I think we should ball it. I think we should keep balling.
Yeah.
If nothing else, we need a park bench or a couple benches outside.
Yeah, and they're nice benches. I think to purchase them outright, they're about $500 to buy the benches if you were buying from track. So they're actually pretty nice benches.
How many pounds do you need?
I believe it's 600 pounds for one bench.
Nice. Yeah,
You
that's what I
can't
thought, you
get-
have to do it within 6 months.
Well, you can't get more than one in a 6-month period.
Okay.
For free. 3 months or 6 months?
No, 6,
In a
definitely.
6 months. Then you can't get more, like we couldn't get 2 in 6 months if we had over limits of plastic.
600 pounds is an awful lot of plastic bags. A lot of plastic.
We could have a plastic drive.
You could.
Yeah.
You could. And I know Memphis Lions discontinued the program, so we could probably get
Pick up there.
Oh,
their
Yeah.
plastic. So.
Good. I think we should have Chris ball.
I doubt it.
Sure.
It could even be a project for Brandon.
They got 2 benches out of it.
Did they?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Boys got-
They're pros at it then.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to get some kids.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, so we'll put cleanup day there and then update on that.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else for the next agenda? Or, no, even not. Okay, call to the board. Anybody else have anything they'd like to comment on? There. In my supervisor's update, I already discussed the possible office personnel. I did put in there that April 24th is going to be the breakfast. They're going to have the planners speak this year, which is not very hard. I was going to say. We already discussed the Hidden Meadows issue. I did send Bob and also explain to you guys the user fees for the cable. Chris and I are hoping to meet with them in the next week or so to get the numbers straightened out. It will be less than 421. But in all fairness, we were given the wrong number for the average user fee.
So we haven't paid anything.
No, I don't think, no.
Yeah, we're holding up, so Kathy, please don't pay the annual fee until we straighten this out.
Well, I'll give you those two figures for
The peg fees you can settle because they're gonna be what they are, I think.
That's a separate deal.
So. Okay, I have nothing else. Is there any general public comment? Okay, come on up. After that. Yep.
I have two things I want to talk about. Vern made a comment about the road fill we're getting. It turns like more muck than anything else. And it causes my car to shimmy at 65, I got to take it in, get a wheel balance. I found it's all full of mud from that stuff. So you get stuck in the middle of the road and it gets under the wheels, will cause your car to shake. Going down the road, that's all that muck that we're putting in there. My other comment was, I heard the auditor, when he was here 2 or 3 months ago, he made a comment, we collected $145,000 more than what we spent. So just wondering what happened to that money, where did it go? I would have thought it would have went in our investment account, but it's been like $380,000 for a few months, so I'll have to find out where that money went. And again, that's the auditor made that comment here at our meeting. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comment on general items? Any other public comment on general items? Okay, hearing none, we will now be entering into closed session. A motion would be in order to enter into closed session for the purchase of discussing, for the purpose of discussing the purchase of real estate. It is 7:57.
Move to go in closed session to discuss the purchase of real estate.
Is there support?
I'll support it.
Can I get a roll call on that, please?
Sure, Zolka,
Aye.
DeVos,
Aye.
LaFontaine, aye, Greener,
Aye.
Coleman.
Aye.
Motion is carried. We'll now be going into closed session. Okay, it is now 8:15 and the Richmond Township Board is back into open session. And at this point, I'm going to call for a motion on the property purchase.
Madam Chairman, I will make a motion that we direct the township attorney to draw up a purchase agreement to purchase a 7-acre parcel in the township of Richmond.
Is there support?
Support.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Sure, Zolka,
Aye.
Coleman,
Aye.
Greener,
Aye.
LaFontaine, aye, DeVos.
Motion is carried. Last item is adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn, please?